Hey everyone, so I want to do a video based on like the phenomenon of not working out for like a week or so and losing weight. And this is quite a common one, especially right now, or if you're coming out of lockdown and you've weighed yourself and you've noticed that you've lost a few kilos and you've had trouble for a while losing those kilos. So there's a couple of things you need to like pay attention to. First one, you need to be aware that, which I've always preached, the difference between weighing yourself on the scales and your measurements, so your dress size, your girth measurements. Obviously, if you're not working out your muscles, they are going to start to lose tone. And that's not to say that you're not going to lose weight. And I've explained this before, is that muscle will weigh more than fat itself. But that's a whole can of worms by itself. Just want to explain how people are losing weight post-gym, like in a week, like a week after, and wondering why that's happening. So you got the other element of like energy in and energy out. So when you're in the gym, you're creating more energy need for your body to function. You're trying to, whether it's tone up, whether it's build muscle, whether it's just like to lose like dress size, you're creating an energy need. And what happens there is a chemical reaction, which is the next part. So the chemical reaction when you're working out, doesn't matter what your goals are, you're going to create it at some point, is creating glycogen. And what happens there when you're creating like quite intense demands of your body, glycogen is glucose, and what happens is they're going to take up water. So your muscles are going to have more water in it when you're working out. And this is a big reason why when you go to work out, or if you're well trained, you get that pump and you feel like your muscles already grown in a session, or the day after you still feel that pump, and then 2 days later, if you haven't been to the gym, you feel like you're a little bit smaller than you were and you don't feel those muscles pumped up. That's more or less the glycogen in your muscles like working and getting a little bit of a bulge. I'm not saying you're going to get an incredible Hulk size during a workout, but there is going to be some expansion and some like water retention happening there. And you got to remember, through all of this, the biggest thing I preach is like try not to focus too much on the scale, more on body recomposition, because that ties into a lot of people's goals. So just remember that the more exercise and more intensity you put in, the more glycogen your body's going to produce, and with that, the more water your body's going to retain. And that's why your weight will probably fluctuate back up a little bit as you start to get into the gym pattern again, or into a program. But you got to remember too, bring it back to basics. You shouldn't fully focus solely on weights on a scale. You need to look at your whole like health in total. So like that's your respiratory health, that's your endurance, that's your strength, and also like your girth measurements, like I've been saying, because they're the true indicator of like true change in your body. And yeah, this is just like a brief explanation of why that phenomenon happens, and it's more just a chemical reaction of your body saying, oh, I'm working out, I need to produce this, to now going, oh, I'm not working out so much, so I don't need to produce or synthesize this anymore. So yeah, hopefully that explains it. Yeah.